Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a subject that plays a huge role in human relationships: physical touch. You've probably heard that certain forms of touch can help create connections and deepen relationships. But here's the thing: touch is powerful, and when done with respect and care, it can really help foster trust, affection, and intimacy in healthy ways. In this video, we're going to explore the science of touch, the psychological effects it can have, and most importantly, how to approach touch in a way that always respects personal boundaries and consent. We'll look at how touch influences attraction, the role of communication, and how you can create strong, positive connections with those around you. Segment 1. The science of touch. Touch is one of the oldest and most powerful forms of communication. From the time we're born, touch is essential to our development. When a baby is held, comforted, or caressed, it releases hormones like oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which helps build trust and attachment. And it doesn't stop there. As we grow, touch continues to play a role in how we connect with others emotionally. But here's where it gets important. Not all touch is created equal. How we experience touch depends on context, the person giving it, and how comfortable we are with them. For example, a comforting hug from a friend will feel different from a handshake in a professional setting or a romantic gesture between partners. This is why it's so crucial to be aware of someone's boundaries when we're engaging in any kind of physical contact. Segment 2. The psychology of attraction and touch. So, how does touch impact attraction? Well, it's all tied to our emotions and chemistry. When two people feel comfortable and connected, physical touch can help create feelings of intimacy. A simple hand on the back, a gentle touch on the arm. These gestures can build trust and affection. But here's the thing: mutual attraction is a two-way street. For touch to be effective in creating intimacy, both individuals need to be on the same page. Let's break it down. When we touch someone in a way that feels natural and respectful, it triggers the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter that helps us feel good and form bonds. Oxytocin also comes into play, helping us feel more connected to the other person. These chemicals are at the heart of forming emotional connections, which can eventually lead to a deeper sense of intimacy in relationships. However, the key factor here is consent. Without mutual agreement, no touch, no matter how innocent it might seem, can lead to the kind of deep connection we're talking about. Consent is about communication, respect, and ensuring both people are comfortable with the level of touch in a relationship. Segment 3. Healthy touch in different types of relationships. Now let's talk about how touch plays a role in different kinds of relationships. Whether it's romantic, platonic, or professional, touch can communicate a lot. But in each context, there are different boundaries and expectations. In friendships, touch like a handshake, a hug, or a playful pat on the back can all express support, care, and affection. In romantic relationships, touch may become more intimate, with physical closeness, like holding hands, hugging, or even kissing. Again, these all depend on mutual consent. Professional settings, on the other hand, often require a more restrained approach. A handshake or a brief tap on the shoulder can be appropriate, but any further physical contact should always be respectful of personal space and boundaries. The point here is that touch should always match the nature of the relationship and should never be forced or one-sided. Building trust, intimacy, and connection requires open communication about what feels good and what doesn't. Segment 4. The importance of boundaries and communication. One of the most important aspects of healthy touch is respecting boundaries. And while some might think that physical touch is a way to move the relationship forward, we have to emphasize that boundaries are personal, and they can vary greatly from person to person. Absolutely. Every person has their own comfort level when it comes to physical contact. The key to creating a deeper connection is to communicate openly. If someone isn't comfortable with a certain type of touch, it's essential to respect that. The idea is to keep the relationship grounded in mutual understanding and consent. So, what's the best way to know where someone's boundaries lie? Pay attention to verbal and nonverbal cues. If someone steps back when you get too close, that's a clear sign that they might not be comfortable with the level of physical contact. The most important thing is to always ask for consent and check in with them regularly, especially in romantic contexts. Segment 5. The role of emotional intimacy and trust. Let's not forget that true intimacy, whether physical or emotional, is about trust. It's about feeling safe with the other person, knowing that they respect your feelings and boundaries. Physical touch is just one way to build that trust, but it's the emotional connection that forms the foundation. When two people genuinely connect on an emotional level, physical touch can enhance that bond. But remember, no amount of touch can replace communication, honesty, and respect. True intimacy comes from understanding and valuing each other as people, not just in the context of physical attraction. So, to wrap up, touch is undeniably powerful. It can help build trust, strengthen relationships, and create feelings of intimacy. But it should always be used with care, respect, and mutual consent. The best way to create lasting, meaningful connections with others is through open communication, understanding boundaries, and fostering trust. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content on relationships, psychology, and communication. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. How do you think touch impacts your relationships? Let's talk in the comments below. Until next time, take care of yourselves and always prioritize mutual respect in all your relationships.